Meek Mills says that Joe Biden is too old to be the president. What the fuck is going on? Now, Meek Mills is wanting to be a politician now. Now, y'all remember years ago, Meek Mills was hard as a motherfucker, right? Everything he was putting out was so lyrical that you had to just listen. Even the joint he did with Nicki Minaj and shit. Like, when it comes to musical talent, Meek Mill is one of the best lyrical rap artists that I ever heard, before he started acting like he done lost his motherfucking mind. And ever since he went to jail for the dirt bikes and all that shit in Philadelphia, and he got out of it, this nigga wants to be a Malcolm X. We all know what happened to niggas that try to be Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. They not gonna let you do it. This nigga called out Joe Biden, criticizing the president for his elderly age, right? If the nigga was smart, everybody that knows historical presidents, it has been a lot of old presidents that's been in office. Now, some of them was in office 2 terms, and that's 4 years apiece, and they end up getting a little older. But most of every president that get elected is an old man. They don't even think that young people can run this country, which is crazy because young people are so intelligent these days. They just as intelligent as old people. It doesn't matter your age. I think that if a younger person like me or somebody younger would get in the office, we would set this motherfucker off. We would fix a lot of the shit that's happening. The old people, they just let it go because they scared. So I done figured it out. You got to be old to be a president. They don't want nobody that got hard, strong, strength, and stamina. They want somebody outdated that's going to follow the trend and be scared to tell the real. Now, with all that being said, Meek Mills went and tweeted Tuesday, that the 81-year-old Joe Biden is too old. And this is my thing. All these motherfucking presidents ain't shit, if you want to know my take on it. Every president that get in office ain't shit. Only thing, some of them do some of the things that can help a small percentage of people. I give them credit for that. Like when Trump got in office, he freed a lot of niggas that was going to be locked up forever. And he helped a lot of niggas escape long sentences that they was going to get sentenced, which was going to have their ass locked up for a long time. I give him credit for that. He didn't have to do that. But politicians are not to be looked at it as God. Presidents are not to be looked at it as God. They can't control shit. They can't run shit. And they don't never change our lives. If a motherfucker say I'm wrong, you name a president and you email me at FLAVAFOL31@gmail.com. Or you can text me on the text line at 504-595-7519. If you can name a president that changed people's lives. And don't tell me about the tax bracket. Don't tell me about the tax cuts. Don't tell me about these little laws they got passed. I'm talking about something that they really did to change American people's lives. And I'm talking about everybody. Mainly the poor, not the rich. Tell me something that they dramatically did that we could talk about that really changed our life. And I'm not talking about a stimulus when COVID was going on and stimulus before when people couldn't get jobs. Don't tell me about unemployment. Don't tell me about Social Security. All this game that you motherfuckers that try to make people go out and vote think to get the next person that's going to put on a nice suit and tie a bigger check and get in front of a microphone acting like he care about people. That's all politicians do. Now, this is a motherfucking publicity stunt for Meek Mills. Because Meek Mills done realized that he not selling music like he used to. So he gonna try to get on the other side. I don't knock him. He make me think he got a little sense. You're a little smarter than I thought, Meek. If you get on the politician side and get close to some powerful people, then you can make money in other areas. I think Meek Mill's next step should be movies. Try to get into some movies or something and get your big Hollywood check, nigga. We already seen you at the all-white party with all those strange men looking like y'all and did some strange stuff in the bedroom. And if you cool with that and you like that, take that advantage of that power and take it to the next level. You got to use your power out here. That's what's wrong with people. They don't realize when they're in this world, you got to realize your power. The power that you hold and you possess. And that power can take you to the next destination you're trying to go to if you know how to apply it right. Now, we already know on social media, people gonna ride for certain people who they believe in. Now, the minute Meek Mills made a motherfucking statement about this shit, somebody came on there and said, if his age is a problem, then keep the problems coming, because he's been extremely effective. Now, like I said, I don't take up for Biden or Trump. But what the fuck has Biden been effective about? Now, what is the effectiveness been about? Getting on the microphone, talking good, putting the video up on CNN, walking after he do a meeting and almost falling and then having to catch him. What is so effective that Biden is doing? But I think what really made him mad is because back in November, President Biden was saying that he believed weapons, big trucks of weapons are being pulled into Philadelphia and New York, selling truckloads of guns. And guess what? I believe him. Don't you remember a long time ago in that Beverly Hills Cops movie with Eddie Murphy? They found a truckload of guns. A truckload of guns. So I believe, how you think a lot of guns is going to get somewhere for a lot of money? It's either going to be a trunk load in the car, and it's only so many guns that you can fit in a car, especially when you're trying to fit those assault rifles, the ones that go for the most money. You can't fit all them big long ass assault rifles in the back of a trunk. So that's why people and when people that's doing criminal shit, that's really trying to get money, they don't do small petty crimes like you niggas that stand on the corner with $100 worth of crack rock that's gonna get you 100 years if you get caught. They go for a big. If I must get caught selling a gun, I might have a truckload, $1 million, a couple of $100,000 worth of this shit. So I really truly believe that this does still happen, and we know it does. If people can take cars and move them out the country and sell them out the country, and it never be another trace of that car no more, then what makes you think that people won't pull inside a city with a truckload of guns and get their money when they know niggas gonna buy them galore? Every race gonna buy them guns, but the number one race gonna buy them, if they can get them over to America, it's niggas. Because niggas always ready to act a goddamn fool. So when Biden made that statement, Meek Mills claimed and said that's not true. That's not true. Come on, man. Stop it. Meek Mills, you are not trying to be the mayor. You don't even want the mayor problem, nigga. You still smoking weed, popping perks, drinking lean. You got to be clean when you get into the politic lifestyle. You better leave that shit alone, Meek Mills, fucking with them folks, acting like you really care. Nigga, you can't care. And if you do care, keep it to yourself and tell your kids about it. Tell your uncles about it. Tell your nieces about it. Them the ones that you can reach. You can't reach this world. I learned a long time ago that you can't save the world. And what you do is save and help what you can't help. You do your part like that. But trying to save everybody, you'll be fucked up. Because people going to take advantage of good-hearted people. You think you're trying to help them, and they looking at it like, this motherfucker thinking me helping me. I'm finna hurt him. That's just the time we living in. So we can't save the world. We got to save ourselves and save the close people around us that we care about. Speaking of care about, we had a Shelby County commissioner in Memphis, Tennessee, right? And what she was doing, she was slick investigating a homeless shelter. One of the homeless shelters. They call it the hospitality hood, right? And what she was doing is trying to see how they really treat people for real. Are they treating them humane? Are they in there feeding them the right food that's healthy, not going to make them sick? Basically, because, you know, a lot of times when the government get these homeless shelters a lot of money, they be stealing it on the inside. They change the invoice on the food orders. If they say they order 50 quantities of this, 30 quantities of this, 60 quantities of this, they really not. You see what I'm saying? And they pocketing money in their pocket. Yeah, it's all type of ways to scam a job. And people have perfected it. So with this lady that really cares about people did, she went in as an auditor to see what really goes on. You hear me? So when she got there, she said that they kicked on her and was trying to get her up and out. And she like, what y'all doing? Why y'all trying to kick me out? That's when they recognized her. At first they didn't. They thought she was just a normal homeless person. So they was like, we got to get her out of here. This bitch is going to mess up our operation. The money we stealing, the mistreatment of these poor, innocent, homeless people, she going to know we doing this. We can't let her see this. Yeah. That's just like a crooked police department. When they have a new rookie come in, they know his mind is being an honest police officer, and they crooked. They don't want him to see what's going on, so they try to get him transferred, or they put an officer, team up with him and make him his partner, and try to get him to understand this is how I go in our precinct, and don't you say nothing, nigga. Yeah, it's just like that. So when they realized who she was, they wanted to get her out of there before she could figure out and see what was going on. You know? Now, Hospitality Hub Executive Director Kelsey Johnson said the staff had been working around the clock at their emergency warming centers as roughly as 400 people came in to take shelter. It was freezing cold, and it's still freezing cold in Memphis, Tennessee. Snow is everywhere, ice everywhere. When motherfuckers didn't have nowhere to go and no money, and they can't go by their family member, because a lot of homeless people, they didn't need a stove because they're on drugs. You know, and their family members can't trust them. So even though it's freezing cold, they know that they didn't burn their bridges with so many people. And I'm not to say these homeless people are bad people. I'm just saying that's why the reason why a lot of homeless people can't go and have somewhere to stay, because they done fucked up the places that people will let them stay at when they did try to help. And a lot of people are homeless because of mental issues, by the way. So I'm not looking down on them. I'm just giving you some information, giving you some education on how this shit, transpires. Now, this is what she said. She said, I think that this is a politician's right and maybe responsibility to audit how homeless services are being delivered. You motherfucking right. And I'm proud of this lady. I'm proud of this lady putting her neck on the line to see what's going on. We got to shout out Commissioner Thornton out of Memphis, Tennessee. Google that black lady. This is something to be given an award for. This is actually somebody that who do actually care, even though she's at the smaller ranks. Now, we know as a politician, the bigger you get, the corruption kicks in when they start telling you how much money you can steal. But for now, she's an honest, good lady. And she said they're working towards a good common cause. She said, I've been able to talk to these persons and reconcile just to figure out how can we not be viewed as adversaries but work together. Because only way you're not going to be viewed as an adversary, baby, is if they think when you get there you don't give a fuck about the people like they don't. Once they realized that you was there and you didn't tell them, they knew that you really care about people being homeless. Because if they didn't feel like that, they never would have tried to kick you out. Kick you out for what? You are Commissioner Thornton. You are here to oversee and make sure shit is going right like, it's supposed to. Now, she said they served over 1,100 meals, handed out 400 pairs of socks. And said because of the road conditions, they have not gotten some of the food delivered and they're starting to run low. Bingo. That's what I just got through saying. I told y'all about them invoices. Now, look, this is the middle of the month. There's no way that you should be running low at a homeless shelter on food. Y'all should have somebody that keeps track week to week and order and reorder. So, because when a storm hit 1 week, now all of a sudden y'all out of food. When Commissioner Thornton there is watching and seeing and overseeing this shit y'all doing, there's game. Now, she sees how much heavy lifting that we can do with almost no help at all. This is the excuses they're trying to make. They're trying to make excuses because they know she gonna see something that she should not see, and she gonna tell. But this is her point. She's saying that we need to be able to have people come everywhere, not just this one location downtown. Yeah, because that's where they got it at. It's downtown, one little old location. You got homeless people all over every city in America. And that is true. You should have at least one small place in different little neighborhoods where people can come when they don't have nowhere to go. When somebody that can talk to them and get them some motivation to maybe get their life back on track. Yeah, because sometimes that right talk from the right person and realizing that one person do still care will make you get that fight back for life. You just tuned into another motherfucking episode of Legendary Comic, and today we talked about Meek Mills faking like he wanted to be a politician, talking about Joe Biden. Somebody done paid him under the table. Look, Trump done won this election. It's sealed and it's a deal. If you ain't on game, look at all the polls. All the polls. If you're acting like you're slow and you don't know what I'm saying, POLLS. For my educated listeners, you knew what I was saying right then and there. But for my slow ones, I had to break it down. Trump is leading in all presidential polls as the leader to get elected in president, no matter how many charges they got on him. You just tune in to the next time, to the next episode. Do something with yourself. Do something with your life. It just might be somebody one day, nickel.